Tuned up to do that Texas swing. Dallas, Fort Worth, Amarillo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick.
In Houston, y'all, it's good to be back home. Lubbock, Texarkana, Corpus, Austin, Abilene. Man, we love to play that Texas swing. Go on and swing it.
Thank you. It is great to be in the largest Republican convention on the planet. And not one man wants to use the ladies' room. Now, just so you're not confused, when you go to the restroom, the M does not stand for make up your mind, and the W does not stand for whatever. Let me tell you something. We shouldn't even be having to have this debate in America. It's common sense, it's common decency. We owe it to the women of America and the girls in our schools, Mr. Superintendent in Fort Worth, that you deserve your privacy, you deserve your dignity, you deserve your comfort and your safety when you go to the ladies' room or the locker room or the girls' bathroom or the girls' shower. We will pass legislation out of the Texas Senate this session to keep men out of ladies' rooms and locker rooms and showers and bathrooms in our schools, our public buildings. We will stand up for women and girls in America and in Texas. Let me tell you something. The most egregious thing about what happened in Fort Worth and why I asked for the resignation of the superintendent was because he actually had language in the bill that said if a child is going through transition, thinking they want to be a girl if they're a boy or a boy if they're a girl, it says in his policy, do not tell the parents. Let me send a word to that superintendent and every superintendent. When we send our children to the schoolhouse door, you don't own them, they are our children. In fact, the Texas Education Code 26.008 says every parent should know about every activity that goes on with their child in the school, and the Texas Senate will defend the parents' right to know everything that goes on with their child in the school. And make no mistake, the bullies on the left want to shout us down because we stand for Texas values. But let me make it clear. We don't want any child, for any reason, to ever be harassed or bullied. That's not what we stand for. And by the way, that includes that little girl who wants to go to the bathroom when she's 8 years old without having a boy walk in on her. We need to respect and be sure that no student is harassed and bullied. Now, when I was with you 2 years ago and on the campaign trail and on the stage here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I told you we were going to do some things in the Senate, and we did. I said we would reduce the number of Democrats chairing committees, and we did from 6 to 2. I told you, for the first time in the history, we would change the blocker bill from 21 to 19, and we did. And for the first time, Republicans in Texas truly had the majority rule in the Texas Senate. We said we would reduce the franchise tax, and we did by 25%, and we're going to eliminate it. We said we would reduce your property taxes, and we did by increasing the homestead exemption. We said we would pass open carry and campus carry, and we did. We said we would end the gas tax diversion, and we did. We said we'd take the public integrity unit out of Travis County, and we did. We said that we would increase funding for border security from about $250 million to $800 million, and we did. Now, how did that all happen? It all happened because of you. Because you, for the past 5 to 10 years, has sent every conservative you could find to run for the Texas Senate, and I give all the credit to the 20 Republican Texas senators. Give them a huge applause. We had 8 freshmen. We had 7 freshman committee chairmen. The senators did a great job. They get the credit. So what's next? Let me tell you what's next. Last session, we just began to reduce your property taxes. We took the small step to increase the homestead exemption for the first time in almost 20 years. But this session, we are going to take a major step in reducing your property taxes because people need to be able to afford to live in their homes and operate their businesses without being taxed out of them. We will pass major property tax relief. And it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Make no mistake. And look, I appreciate and respect our mayors and our county judges and our commissioners and our school districts, but they cannot continue to grow their budgets by 8 or 9% a year when your salary is going up 2 or 3%. It has to end. You shouldn't be in your 60s and have your house paid off and be renting it from the state of Texas for a price you can't afford. What else will we do this session? We are going to get our arms around the incredible rising cost of education that has gone up 147% in our colleges and universities over the last 12 years, while the average income has only gone up 32%. We are going to make college affordable for every family in the state of Texas. We are going to continue our fight to secure the border. Our Texas men and women in law enforcement, our DPS, our game wardens, working with Border Patrol, they are doing a great job. We've seen a significant impact on the border with the increased spending and the dedication of our law enforcement. But we need someone in the White House to partner with us to close down the border once and for all. We can never step back in this fight. I don't know if Mexico's going to pay for the wall or who's going to pay for the wall, but we need a wall. What else are we going to do? As always, we will protect life. We will stand with Governor Abbott, who I am so proud to serve with, and 2 years from now, he and I will be back on this stage. He'll be running for governor, I'll be running for lieutenant governor, and we will partner to continue to keep Texas the leader of the free world of conservative principles and values. But I stand with Governor Abbott to make sure that Planned Parenthood does not get one of our tax dollars, and that we find anyone accountable who's in the business of selling baby parts, that will not stand in the state of Texas. I have an apology. Can we put up the slide for that shirt? That was in Nevada. You know, a lot of you saw me on Facebook or on Drudge and standing behind my friend Ted Cruz. I was honored he asked me to chair his Texas campaign and asked me to travel with him to many states. My wife texted me right after that. She said, "I thought I told you don't ever wear that shirt out of the house." You can take that slide down. You'll never see it again. You know how, guys, you know how women are. You're getting ready to go out, you're getting dressed, and she walks by and she says, "Are you wearing that tonight?" Now, guys, my answer is always the same. "Of course not, dear. I just want to see if it still fit. What would you like for me to wear?" Let me tell you about something about my friend Ted Cruz. He would have made a great president. I'm so proud of what he and Heidi accomplished. I was with them on those 12 and 15-hour days, just a few of them. They worked nonstop for a year. They gave it everything they had for us, for America, and they are the leaders of the conservative movement. And if Donald Trump wants to unite our party, and if Ted would accept, I'd love to see Ted Cruz to be on the Supreme Court, the first nomination to take the position of Anthony Scalia. Are you with me on this? Ted would be the greatest Supreme Court judge in the history of the country. Donald Trump can send the message that he's listening to Texans, that he's listening to conservatives, and the type of people he will appoint to the Supreme Court. Now, again, I don't know what Ted wants to do in his future, but can you imagine, as Governor Abbott talked about all these 5-4 decisions, to have Ted Cruz being that fifth vote for the next 30 to 40 years? So proud of Ted and Heidi Cruz. You know, Governor Abbott talked about we can't let Hillary win. Many of you in the forums and the clubs that I've spoken to or on your own, we've always talked about we are not going to let the Democrats ever take Texas, because if they do, the electoral votes of Texas and California and New York means we could never win the White House, no matter who our candidate was. So are we going to stand and let Hillary Clinton win Texas in 2016? No. You know, when I was here 2 years ago, I came out on the stage and my intro music was Sam and Dave, Hold On, I'm Coming. Because some of you may remember I said, you know, the Democrats say they want Dan Patrick. And I said, well, hold on, I'm coming. They thought they were going to win that election. And Greg Abbott and I smashed them by 20 points. And Greg Abbott and I received the highest level of support by Hispanic voters of any candidates in the history of the United States and the Republican Party. Almost 50%. Why? Because the growing Hispanic population in Texas is pro-life. They are pro-family. They don't want men in the ladies' room. They want school choice. They want economic opportunity. They want their Second Amendment rights protected. And that's the message of our party. We stand with families. We stand for jobs. We stand for the Constitution. So, I know the time of healing for some will come faster than others. But folks, we must unite. We must come together. We must support our Republican nominee for president, Donald Trump. We must not give up Texas to the Democrats. We must stop Hillary Clinton in Texas and help stop her in every state in the country. As we go, America goes. Will you stand and fight for the Republican Party? This is how America needs to unite. I knew, as much as some of us are hurting, that we will always do the right thing because we're bold in Texas. You know, a reporter asked a few minutes ago, before Greg Abbott came out to speak, asked one of my staff members, so is this convention going to be about a bathroom bill or the Convention of States? What's it going to be about? You know what? I'll tell you what it's going to be about. It's going to be about Texas values. It's going to be about conservative values. It's going to be about boldness and the courage to stand our ground on every issue. You know, I'm not concerned when I went to hold my press conference in Fort Worth the other day about the protesters outside. It's funny, those who always call us bullies and who want to attack us, they're the ones who are the bullies. They're the ones who are loud. They're the ones who are the disruptors. We just stand our ground in Texas. And that's why, as Greg Abbott said, we have not had a statewide Democrat elected since the early 90s. In fact, do you know that according to Democrat statistics, there's not one Democrat elected in 141 Texas counties? And that's because of all of you. I'm blessed. I'm honored to be your lieutenant governor. I'm blessed and honored to work with 20 incredible Republican senators who just work, and are bold. I'm proud to stand with those conservative members in the House that stand with the Senate and help support our legislation. And I'm proud, most of all, that in this year of turmoil, whereas Governor Abbott said so much is on the line, the future of the Supreme Court, the future of my 4 grandchildren and yours, the future of the world. You know, the world depends on a strong America, and America depends on a strong Texas. So, let's come out of this convention with one goal: that we continue to lead this country, that we continue to be the place that the rest of America wants to be, because they see Texas as the America that all America used to be. And let's come out united together to say to Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, not in 2016 in Texas, not in 2020 in Texas, never in Texas and never in America. We are going to take the White House this year. We're going to take the Supreme Court this year, hopefully with Ted Cruz leading the way. We are going to unite, and we're going to show the other 49 states how to lead and how to follow Texas. Are you with us? Are we going to win? Are we going to stop Hillary in Texas? And are we going to stop Hillary from going into the White House? I love you all. God bless Texas. Thank you all.